गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतानः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Dear friends, we are reading the Bhashyam under the 7th Anuvaka of Brahmanandavalli of Taittiriya Upanishad. The 7th Anuvaka, we were reading the Bhashyam under the line Ko hyeva anyat kah pranyat. Ko hi eva anyat kah pranyat. Who can even inhale or who can even exhale without the presence of that particular Brahma. So all this, say the argument Shankaracharya is building up to show that there are so many reasons to say that there is Brahman. Of course, now we are not disputing much about the existence of Brahman. And in Shankaracharya's days, that was the thing very much in question. We have to remember that on one side, say Buddhism was so dominant, the Buddhist doctrine was so dominant at that particular time. And among Buddhism again there were 3 or 4, there were actually 4 branches. And one particular branch, that Shunyavada, was also dominant. So this particular, all this argument, not only here but in various other places, about how Shankaracharya argues about the existence, about the establishing the existence, that is all because he has to, on one hand he has to fight the Chandasa in the sense the people who are absolute ritualists, who say that only through ritual you have to go to heaven and things like that. Ritual heaven, this is one type of people. On the other side, he had to encounter other type of people who said there is absolutely nothing, this is all shunya. So all types of vadas he was encountering. So that is why we are seeing in this Bhashyam also that Shankaracharya is saying, okay, Brahman exists. Why? Because he is Rasa Swarupa. The very fact that you are enjoying, you are feeling this Anandamaya Kosha, where everybody is feeling, everybody is knowing. So because of that, yes, there is something called Brahma. Then he is giving another reason. What is that? Ko hyeva anyat kah pranyat. Who can even inhale or exhale? This prananadi kriyaha, they are taking place in a sanghata. Sanghata is that body-mind complex. And in this body-mind complex, several things have come together. For whose sake? For the sake of something else which is not part of that sanghata. So that is what we have seen in the last class. We were reading that particular line. Asamhataha tacha ekartha vrittitvena samharanam nantarena chetanam asamhatam sambhavati. Asamhatam, something which is not part of that sanghata, and then something which is chetanam. And for that reason, for the sake of that, all these bodily activities, prananadi cheshtaha, all these things are pravartante. All these activities are for something which is slightly, we can't say separate or bhinnam or separate or different. It is something which is vilakshana. In Vedanta we say usually the term, they don't use the term bhinna. Bhinna means totally separate. Vilakshana means something which is distinct, something which is special. What is that vilakshanam? Is that jiva. So for that sake, all this thing is happening. So that jiva, which is also nothing other than this, essentially the same as Brahma, for whose sake all these activities are taking place. We were reading that line in the last class. Kah pranyat prananam va kuryat tasmad asti tad Brahma. So instead of stopping here, tasmad asti tad Brahma, we can continue this other portion also, part also. Let us read this line again. Kah pranyat prananam va kuryat tasmad asti tad brahma yadarthaha karyakarana prananadi cheshtaha. So up to this point, if we divide, at cheshtaha, if we put a full stop, and then add this yadarthaha to the earlier line, the meaning is more perfect. Meaning will be according to the commentary of Vanamala. Vanamalakara has again followed Vidyaranya, sage Vidyaranya. Vanamalakara has followed sage Vidyaranya. Then wherever, where he is particularly commenting on Shankaracharya Bhashya, he is explaining in a particular way. So here again, Yadarthaha, for Yadarthaha he writes, Karyakarananam prananadyupalakshitaha sarvas cheshtaha yadarthaha yasya asamhatasya chetanasya bhogarthaha. He says, that is yadarthaha, he is referring to something which is not part of that conglomerate, which is not part of that sanghata. What is that? That is the jiva. The part of that, the body-mind complex is there. And there is a jiva which is something different. We have seen this in Puram Ekadashadvaram Kathopanishad. And under that there is a very big commentary on the same lines. So the same thing is here. Kaha pranyat, who can even inhale? Prananam va kuryat. Pranyat is this exhalation. Kaha, earlier it anyat is over. This is kah pranyat. Prananam va kuryat, that is who can even exhale. Tasmat asti tad brahma. Therefore, that Brahman is, it exists. Yadarthaha, for whose sake? Here not for the sake of Brahma or anything, but for the sake of that Chetanam, which is in the form of Jiva, in the body. So that is what we have to see. Yadarthaha, Karyakarana Prananadi Cheshtaha. All these cheshtas means activities. All the activities like inhalation, exhalation, activities, various activities of the body, all these things are for the sake of the Jiva. And Tatkruta eva cha Anando Lokasya. And the happiness of all the people, happiness of all of us, Lokasya means of all the people, of you and me. The happiness which we derive is only Tatkrutam. Tatkrutam means because of that Atmananda. Atma is the source, it is the fountain source of Ananda. And whatever Ananda we derive is only through that. Whatever Ananda we extract is only because of that Atmananda, which is the fountain. Tat Kruta Eva. That is Tat, referring to that Atmananda or Brahmananda. Tat Kruta Eva. It is only because of that everyone else, that all of us, Anando Lokasya. Lokasya Anandaha Tat Kruta Eva. Because all the happiness that we derive is only by that. It is only due to that. Due to that means that Atmananda or Brahmananda. Then Kutaha? Yesha hyeva Paratma. Par Anandayati Anandayati. Sukhayati Lokam. Dharmanurupam. So Yesha hyeva. This alone. Yesha hi eva. This alone. What is that? Paramatma. Paratma. You can even say Paratma or Paramatma, that is Supreme Atma. So here of course Paramatma, it is not said because Atma is the Pumlinga. So Para Atma, that Visarga, Paraha Atma. So that is Param Brahma, you say. Para Atma. Because Param Atma you cannot say, Param is Napumsakalinga. So Para Atma. Then Anandamaya, Anandayati. Anandayati is a Chandasa form. It is a Vedic form to say Anandayati. Anandayati is, it makes us all happy. It makes us all happy. It is a transitive verb. Anandayati. It makes us happy. Then Sukhayati. It makes us happy. Why? Because in every object you derive happiness. In every human action, all human actions are directed towards some happiness only. The very fact that you are sitting here, I am talking here, it is giving us some happiness. It is giving us some happiness. Okay, somebody is listening. I am happy that you are listening. So you are happy that you are learning something. So it is like that. Sukhayati lokam dharmanurupam. This is again an important word. And this Ananda is not indiscriminately given or quixotically or say without any rhyme or reason. It is according to dharma. It is according to prani chesta. So we know that say all, Ishvara is the say karma phaladata as we define. Ishvara means at a functional level, at an empirical level. So, but here instead of that we are referring to a higher level, that is Brahma. In a way, Brahma also, because from that Brahma only we are visualizing a concept called Ishvara. So that is why Dharmanurupam it is said. We are aware that there are two concepts like determinism and free will. You see, there may be determinism. There may be determinism in the sense that you are born according to your karma. You have got a particular life. You are in a particular status, born as a human or something else, depending on the karma, isn't it? And then, but then after you are born, you have got a free will to choose your own action. So that is what is dharma. The society teaches you this is right, this is bad. So up to a point there is a little bit of, there is some determinism, that is your birth is determined by that. You are also given a mind, but at the same time your mind also has some vasanas, some previous impressions and whatnot. But at the same time you also have got a freedom to choose the right action. So that is the point. So dharmanurupam, it is not as though you are also determined to, you are again determined to commit a sin, you are forced to go to hell. It is not like that. So dharmanurupam. Then sayevatma anandarupo avidyaya parichinno vibhavyate pranibhihi ityarthaha. So that particular ananda, that particular sayeva atma, that particular atma which is the fountain source of all ananda rupaha means which is of the nature of ananda, the very nature, it's the very nature is ananda. Then, but then how are we feeling? We are feeling it as though you are deriving some happiness by obtaining a particular object, by obtaining some fruit or some mango or some other fruit, by eating something else, or by going to some hotel, or by doing something else, or by acquiring something, or by getting something else. So, we are visualizing this ananda in bits and pieces. We are visualizing as bahudha vibhavyate, the parichinnaha vibhavyate. This ananda which is the infinite, we are not seeing that infinite thing. We are not identifying with that infinite. Whereas, we are deriving some small pieces of happiness. Parichinna. Parichinna is some delimited happiness by buying a pen, by buying something else, by getting something else, by eating something else. So, parichinna vibhavyate. Vibhavyate is vividham bhavyate. It is visualized as many, visualized as diverse. Parichinno vibhavyate. It is seen as diverse sources of happiness. So many sources of happiness. Vibhavyate pranibhihi. Instead of identifying with or knowing or realizing that infinite source, we are deriving some petty bit of happiness in bits and pieces. We are deriving it in bits and pieces, parichinna. So that is it. Then he gives one more reason. So all the entire text, tatasya bhayam bhavati yada hyevaishaye tasminna drushyenatmye, that line we are going to see. Yeah? When he realizes this particular atma, which is beyond sensory perception and which is devoid of the bodies and which is something which is anilayana. Anilayana means which cannot be spatially defined. When he realizes that, then he goes beyond fear. He gets established in the state of fearlessness. So that is what we are going to see. And then this is given as adduced as a reason to show that the Brahman exists. Brahman means not as a person. That there is something called consciousness which is existing. So that is the point here. Bhaya bhaya hetutvat vidvad avidushoho asti tad brahma. You see, asti tad brahma. That Brahman exists. Why? Because vidvad avidushoho bhaya abhaya hetutvat. For vidwan, vidvad avidushoho. Of course, the order is slightly different here. We have to take the proper order. In Sanskrit, sometimes the order it is not, say it may not be in the same krama alankara. There is what is called an alankara, figure of speech, in which everything, there is a particular order. But here it is not like that. Vidvad avidushoho bhaya abhaya hetu. You see, for a vidwan means a realized person. For a realized person, there is abhaya. For a vidwan, there is bhaya. So if you know the thing, you are fearless. If you don't know the thing, you are afraid. Anything. It is even for our office work or any work, it applies. If you know the work, if you know your work properly, there is no fear. If you don't know, there is fear. So similarly in the case of Brahman, if you realize Brahman or if you understand Brahman, if you understand that you are nothing but the same infinite existence, say infinitely existing consciousness, then you have no fear of anything. Because you don't see anything different. No Bheda Darshana. Bheda Darshana means seeing something different. But here, when you don't know that, you are afraid. You are afraid of everything. So that is it. Bhaya abhaya hetutvad vidvada vidushoho. Because the Vidwan is fearless and Avidwan is always scared, and then he is running after temples and running after so many things. That is the reason to show that it also shows that Brahman exists. Then sadvastvashrayanena satvastu ashrayanena ashrayanena hyabhayam bhavati na asadvastvashrayanena ashrayanena bhaya nivrutti rupapadyate. So this bhaya nivrutti means getting rid of fear. Nivrutti, nivarana, bhaya nivarana. This getting rid of bhayam, getting rid of fear, upapadyate, happens. When does it happen? You see, sadvastvashrayena hi abhayam bhavati. Abhayam, this state of fearlessness, can be got only when you follow something which is a sadvastu. Sadvastu. Sat means something which exists, something which is there. Satvastu. Sat plus vastu. Sadvastva ashrayanena. Ashrayana means by following it, by knowing it. So ashrayana means not surrendering and worshipping only, by knowing it. Sadvastva ashrayanena eva yena he means yasmat. Bhayam abhayam bhavati. So you get out of fear, you get established in that state of fearlessness only when you follow something which is existing, not when you follow something which is not existing, not something which is shunyam. So that is the point. Na asadvastu ashrayena bhaya nivrittihi. Asadvastu ashrayena na bhaya nivrittihi upapadyate. So this bhaya nivaranam cannot take place, or getting rid of fear cannot take place by following something which is asat, by following something which is non-existent. The discussion has been about sat and asat also. That also we have been seeing, isn't it? Sat, asatu, asadvai, damagra, asit, all those things we have been seeing. Then katham abhaya hetutvam ityuchyate.
Katham abhaya hetutvam iti uchyate.
Yada hyeva yasmad esha sadhakaha.
Yada hyeva yasmad esha sadhakaha.
Etasmin brahmani. Kim vishishte? Adrushye. Drishyam nama drashtavyam vikaro. Darshanarthatvad vikarasya. Na drishyam adrishyam avikara ityarthaha. Sorry, na drishyam adrishyam avikara ityarthaha. Okay. So adrushye he is explaining. So what type of katham abhaya hetutvam? What is the cause for this abhayam? What is it that gives you abhayam? Abhayam means fearlessness. Iti uchyate, that is being said. Then how the text, he is explaining the text. Yada hyeva ishaye tasmin udaram adrushye anatmye. He is explaining that. Yada, when. Yada hi esha. He is because when esha. Esha means this person. Referring to sadhaka, the seeker. Sadhaka, what should be his vision? Esha, yasmad esha sadhakaha. When this sadhaka, or when this particular seeker, yetasmin brahmani, in this Brahma, he should have a particular vision. He should have a particular vision about this Brahma. He should have a particular understanding about this Brahma. Vision means understanding. He should have a particular understanding about the Brahma. What type of Brahma? Kim Visishte. Kim Visishte means, what type of Brahma is it? Kim Visishtam Brahma. Kim Visishte Brahmani. That is it. That is Brahma. What are the characteristics of this Brahma? That is what it is. Kim Visishte means, how is it associated? How is it? What are the attributes? How is it qualified? How can it be qualified? So that is it. Adrushye. He is explaining Drushya. Drushyam nama drashtavyam vikaraha. Drushyam is something which is drashtavyam, that which has to be, which can be seen, and vikaraha, And whatever is seen is something which is a modification only. Because it is known to the eye, it is something which is a physical object which is existing, not necessarily drashtavyam, not necessarily to the sense of sight, even sense of touch, sense of smell, all these things. So this is an upalakshanam for all other things, for all other senses, not merely seeing. It covers all other senses. So it is beyond something which is sensory cognition. Then vikaraha, darshanarthatvad vikarasya. Any vikara, any modification is something which is known or cognized. Na drusyam adrusyam avikara ityarthaha. This adrushya means avikara, something which is unchanging, something which has not undergone, only something which has undergone some change. It is that is something which is seen. So that is this Brahman which is of the nature of infinite. That is not, that cannot be cognized, that cannot be objectified. Only something which is outside, outside in the sense something which is parichinna. Only something which is parichinna can be cognized. Something which is totally aparichinna, niravayavi, avikari, it cannot be objectified. Because you yourself are that. That is why you can't objectify it. Avikari ityartha. Then, yetasmin adrushye, avikare, avishayabhute, anatmye asharire, yasmad adrushyam tasmad anatmyam, yasmad anatmyam tasmad aniruktam. Okay. Na drusyam adrusyam. Okay. Yetasmin, in this adrushye. Adrushya we have got the meaning avikari, something which is not changing. Then avishaya bhute, which is not an object for perception. Avishaya. Vishaya is something which can be objectified. Avishaya bhuta, this is something which cannot be objectified. Avishaya bhute. Anatmye asharire, it is something which is called anatmya. Atma here does not mean that paramatma or anything. Atma here we are referring to sharira. We are referring to sharira. Asharire, it is not having either sushma sharira, stula sharira or karana sharira. Then again, yasmad adrusyam tasmad anatmyam. Because it is something which is adrusyam, which is beyond the cognition of the senses. So that is why it is called anatmyam. It is something which is not having a body. Then yasmad anatmyam, because it is not having a body, which is not objectifiable, then the tasmad, because of that, it is aniruktam. It cannot be defined. Niruktam, you know. Nirvachanam, niruktam. So that is definition. It can't be defined. Then visheshohi niruchyate. Because he means because visheshaha niruchyate. Visheshaha means something which is having a characteristic, something which is having an attribute, something which can be objectified. Only that can be defined. Niruchyate. Visheshascha vikaraha. And what is that vishesha? Vishesha is only a vikara. Vishesha means an attribute, a qualification. Is something, it is something which is always changing thing. Vikari is always changing thing. Then avikaram cha brahma sarva vikara hetutvat tasmad aniruktam. So this Brahman, what is the nature of this Brahma? This is sarva vikara hetu. Because this Brahman itself is not undergoing any change. In that all these modifications are seen. In that all these modifications are just manifest. So sarva vikara hetu, it itself does not undergo any change, but all these modifications are appearing in that Brahma. Sarva vikara hetutvat and avikaram cha Brahma. And this Brahman itself is avikari. Brahman itself does not undergo any change like a clay undergoes some change. It is mere consciousness in which all these things are, all these vikaras, all these things are appearing. Then tasmad aniruktam. Therefore it is something which is aniruktam. It cannot be defined. Yatayevam tasmad anilayanam nilayanam nido ashrayo na nilayanam anilayanam anadharam anadharam. Okay, we'll stop. Yatayevam. Because it is like this, because it is not because it is adrushya, because it is something which is totally anirukta, then therefore anilayanam. Anilayanam means nilayana, we know. Nilayana is some nida, ashraya, shelter, a support. This is something which is not supported by anything else, because it is supported by itself. It is something which is supported by itself in the sense that it cannot be spatially limited or defined. Needam ashraya. You specify or designate a place. Oh, this is the place. But this is not like that. It can't spatially be designated. Anilayanam. Then anadharam. That is something which is not having any other support. It is not supported by anything else. And so this sadhaka, now we are coming to etasmin. After that etasmin is over, etasmin, in this particular Brahma, what is the vision? What is the vision that is expected for a sadhaka? That we are coming. Etasmin adrushye anatmye anirukte anilayane
तस्मिन् एतस्मिन् अदृश्ये अनात्मीये अनिरुक्ते अनिलयने
सर्व कार्य धर्म विलक्षणे ब्रह्मणि इति वाक्यार्थः.
सर्व कार्य धर्म विलक्षणे ब्रह्मणि इति वाक्यार्थः.
So the overall meaning of this sentence, vakyarthah, means the overall meaning of this sentence is, of what sentence? Etasmin adrushye anatmye anirukte anilayane. For that whole thing, what is the overall meaning of that? Sarva karya dharma vilakshanam brahma. This Brahman, which is vilakshanam, you see this word vilakshanam, that is something which is, distinguished from all the karya dharmas. Karya dharma means all the properties of karyam, which is devoid of any of the properties of karya. Brahman is something which is devoid of any properties of a karya or an effect. Is it clear?
Yes.
Sarva karya dharma vilakshanam brahma. If you say, that is the prathama vibhakti. Sarva karya dharma vilakshanam brahma. That is the prathama nominative case, let us say. In the Brahma, and if you put it in the saptami vibhakti, then vilakshane brahmani, it becomes vilakshanam brahma becomes vilakshane brahmani. So in that Brahma which is distinct from any of the attributes of karya, any of the attributes of an effect. That means this is the karanam, this is the cause for all the things. That is not karyam. Brahman is not something which is karyam. Only a karyam is something which is tangible, which is seen, which is perceived or cognized. Tasmin vilakshane brahmani. In that Brahma which is vilakshana, which is distinct. In what sense? Sarva karya dharma vilakshana. It is devoid of any of the dharma is properties. Dharma is property. Karya dharma is properties of a karyam. Sarva karya dharma vilakshanam. It is distinct from that. Iti vakyarthaha. Then abhayam iti kriya visheshanam.
Abhayam iti kriya visheshanam.
So abhayam vindate. So this vindate is the verb kriya. Vindate means attains. That is the kriya, isn't it? So this abhayam is qualifying that vindate. Abhayam vindate means in a very, very fearless way. In a very, very, attains it in a fearless way. Abhayam pratishtham vindate ataso abhayam gato bhavati. That also is following. So that is why, in a totally fearless manner, he gets established in that way, in that abhayam. So that is the point. Abhayam iti kriya visheshanam means it is qualifying that kriya. That which qualifies the kriya is kriya visheshanam. So this abhayam pratishtham vindate. Or it can also be said otherwise. That is what he is saying. Abhayam iti va lingantaram parinamyate.
Abhayam iti va lingantaram parinamyate.
Pratishtham sthitim atmabhavam vindate labhate.
Pratishtham sthitim atmabhavam vindate labhate.
Okay. If you want to take this abhayam to qualify pratishtha, abhayam pratishtham. Pratishtha is strilinga. So you have to call this abhayam also abhayam. Abhayaha is one. Abhayaha something, purushaha, something like that. Suppose some such, say the noun is in pumlinga, the adjective also will be in pumlinga. If the thing is in strilinga, adjective also should be in strilinga. So like that. So in vindate, okay, abhayam vindate, that's okay. In a fearless manner, that can be a visheshanam for that. But if you want to qualify this word pratishtha, you have to make it abhayam pratistham. You know Sanskrit grammar. So abhayam iti va lingantaram parinamyate. Lingantaram is, it gets into this strilinga. If you want to make it Srilinga, you have to call it Abhayam Pratishtham. So which means Pratishtha, that state of existence. Abhayam Pratishtham, that state of fearless existence. Overall meaning is Abhayam Pratishtham is that state of fearless existence attains. So that is it. Pratishtham, Sthitim. Pratishtha means, he is also explaining the meaning, Sthiti, that status. Sthiti is status. Sthitim Atma Bhavam, that is one's own self. He realizes that it is nothing but his own self. Sthitim Atma Bhavam. It is, he realizes that yes, this is myself. This fearless state is myself. Sthitim Atma Bhavam. Vindate Labhate. He attains. Then, when is it that he gets afraid? So, he is not afraid, a sadhaka is not afraid when he realizes that Adrushye, Anatmye, Anilayana, in that, when he gets established in that state, he has absolutely no fear. Then, when is he having fear then? When he does not get established there. When he is established in the Abhaya Pratishtha, he is not scared of anything. But when he is not established in that level, he is still in the level of duality. He is still in the level of, okay, I am different, you are different, he is different, and then there is something, I have to go to this particular, I have to worship this particular God alone can save me, some other God cannot save me, this particular God alone will give me all riches, some other God will not give riches. So all these things when he lives in that state of duality, then he is always scared. He is running from God to God, he is running from temple to temple. So that is the picture. Atha tasya bhayam bhavati. So that is the line we are going to see. Atha so bhayam gato bhavati. So such a person, a person who gets established, who sees this Adrushya, Anirukta, Anatmye Brahma, then he goes beyond fear. So that particular line, it is being told now. Atha so bhayam gato bhavati, that is being told now. Atha tada sa tasmin nanatvasya bhayahetoho avidya krutasya adarshyanat.
Tasmin nanatvasya bhayahetohi avidya krutasya adarshyanat.
Bhayahetoho avidya krutasya adarshyanat. Abhayam gato bhavati. So we are still in this abhaya state only. So atha so bhayam gato bhavati, that is being explained. Atha means thereafter. Whereafter? When he sees that Adrushya, Anatmya, Nirukta, Nilayane. So in that state, when he gets into that, then atha tada tasmin means in that Brahma. Tasmin in that Brahma. In that tasmin Nanatvasya bhayahetoho adarshyanat. Nanatvasya adarshyanat. Because of not seeing nanatvam, because of not seeing any sort of duality, because of not seeing any diversity in that. Nanatvasya adarshyanat. And what is this nanatvam doing? Bhayahetuhu avidyakrutam. This nanatvam, these are all bhayahetu, avidyakrutam are again adjectives for nanatvam. So nanatvam, because of nanatvam is also the bhaya hetu. Because of nanatvam, because of seeing duality, then that is the cause of fear. And this, how is it arising? Avidya krutam. This is again because of ignorance only. So because of this ignorance, which is bhaya hetu, one, you are seeing nanatvam. Because you don't see nanatvam, you are abhayam gato bhavati. You are in a state of fearlessness. So then, of course, still this same line is being explained. Swarupa pratishto hyasau yada bhavati.
Swarupa pratishto hyasau yada bhavati.
Tada nanyat pashyati, nanyat shrunoti, nanyat vijanati.
Nanyat pashyati, nanyat shrunoti, nanyat vijanati.
Anyasya hi anyato bhayam bhavati.
Anyasya hi anyato bhayam bhavati.
Na atmana eva atmano bhayam yuktam.
Na atmana eva atmano bhayam yuktam.
Tasmad atmaiva.
Tasmat atmaiva.
Atmano abhaya karanam.
Atmano abhaya karanam.
Does your book say abhaya karanam or bhaya karanam?
Abhaya.
Fine. Abhaya karanam. Then, okay, we'll stop here. Abhayam gato bhavati. Swarupa pratishto hi asau. He asau. He means because asau. Asau is this particular man, this particular sadhaka. Swarupa Pratishtha means Swarupe Pratishtha. What is the Swarupa? The fearless Swarupa, the Satyam Jnanam Anantam is the Swarupa. He is in that Swarupa. Pratishtha means established. He is established in his real nature. He is established in real self. That real self which is Adrushya, Anatmya, Nirukta, Nilayana. In that he is established. When that is when it is so, Swarupa Pratishto Hyasau Yada Bhavati, when he becomes like that, Tada, at that time, Nanyat Pashyati, Nanyat Shrunoti. This is a line from Chandogya Upanishad. Yatra Nanyat Pashyati, Nanyat Shrunoti, Nanyat Vijanati Sa Bhuma. The Bhuma Vidya, there is a thing called Bhuma. Bhuma is this highest state, say called Brahman. That is called Bhuma. So there, that Na Anyat Pashyati. He does not see anything else. In that highest state of awareness, he does not see anything else. Nanyat Shrunoti, he doesn't listen anything. Nanyat Vijanati, he does not see anything. He sees everything as that supreme consciousness only. He looks at, he realizes that everything is that not different from that say the supreme reality. Nanyat Vijanati. Anyasyahi anyato bhayam bhavati. So, and anyasya, for a person from something else, for somebody from something else, for somebody else, bhayam bhavati. Someone, he feels of fear or he entertains fear because of the notion of somebody else. Anyasya, anyataha. Anyataha means from someone else. For someone, from someone else, fear will be there. Then, na atmana eva atmano bhayam yuktam. And from your own self, you are not afraid. Nahi atmana eva atmanaha bhayam. Atmanaha eva means from one's own self. Atmanaha bhayam bhavati. Bhayam yuktam. It is not proper to say that one is afraid of one's self. You are in one's own self, there is no fear. So bhayam yuktam. Tasmad atmaiva atmano abhaya karanam. Therefore, atma itself is the abhaya karanam. That is the cause for giving abhaya. Atma means here, Atmaiva Atmano Abhaya Karanam. The knowledge of Atman. Atmaiva means here the knowledge of Atman. Therefore, the proper understanding of Atman is the Abhaya Karanam for a person. A proper understanding of Atman is the Abhaya Karanam for a person, for a seeker. Atmaiva Atmano Abhaya Karanam. Atmaiva means we have to say knowledge of. Not knowing one's own, not knowing me as something, somebody who is sitting here, who is reading this Taittiriya Upanishad and then going home. I have a family. So if I identify myself with this picture, then there is no abhaya. So when I say Atma, I am not referring to myself as a limited person. I am referring to myself as not different from that Satyam Jnanam Anantam. So if I am at that level, then it is abhaya karana. So Atma here means that Satyam Jnanam Anantam. So Tasmad Atmaiva Atmanaha Abhaya Karanam. For a person, this is Abhaya Karanam. Then we have seen this line also. You see, Bhayam and Abhayam are both from the Supreme Reality only. If you understand the Supreme Brahman, there is no Bhayam. If you don't understand it, there is Bhayam. So that is why in Vishnu Sahasranama you say Bhayakrut Bhayanashanaha. Aprameya, there is a particular line. Bhayakrut Bhayanashanaha. Bhayakrut. What is Bhayakrut? Bhayam karoti iti Bhayakrut. Bhayam nashayati iti Bhayanashanaha. That is, when you understand him, there is no fear. When you know your boss, it is somewhat like that. When you know your boss, there is no fear. When you don't know your boss, there is fear. So, like that, of course, it is not at that level. If you realize Brahma means you are that. You are in that state of awareness. There is no fear. So that is how we have to see. Not like you are serving a god. You know what is his taste. You know what type of prasada, say Naivedyam he likes. So you feel that, say Lord so-and-so likes particular type of pongal. So he so-and-so god or goddess likes particular type of curd rice. So that is not knowing in that way. Because that sort of knowledge also you may find in some Purana. In some Purana you may find that Ganesha likes this particular type of laddu. Ramavaru likes this particular type of dish. So something like that. So not like that. Atmaiva means the proper understanding of one's own self as not different from the Supreme Self. So that is it. Then Sarvatohi Nirbhaya Brahmana Drushyante
सर्वतो हि निर्भया ब्राह्मणा दृश्यन्ते
Satsu Bhaya Hetushu.
सत्सु भयहेतुषु
Satsu Bhaya Hetushu means even when there are so many causes for fear. Satsu, Sati Saptami. You know this Sati Saptami. Satsu is plural, that's all. Satsu Bhaya Hetushu. Bhaya Hetushu Satsu. Even when there are so many Bhaya Hetus, even when there is, or in the presence of, in the face of so many Bhaya Karanas, in the face of so many things which are frightening you, so many things which are there, which frighten an ordinary man. But then the Jnani, how are these Jnanis seen? Sarvataha Nirbhayaha Drishyante. Sarvataha means from anything, from any side. Sarvataha, from anything or from any side. Nirbhayaha Drishyante Brahmanaha. Nirbhayaha. They are totally fearless. Brahmanaha means those who have realized Brahman. Nirbhayaha Drishyante. So all the people who have realized Brahman, they are absolutely fearless from any side, from anything. Satsu Bhaya Hetushu. Even if there are lot many Bhaya Hetus. Then Tacha Ayuktam Asati Bhayatrane Brahmani. Asati Bhayatrane Brahmani. Tat Na Yuktam. Tat Cha Ayuktam. Asati Bhayatrane Brahmani. If such Brahman, if Brahman were not to be there, this is again Sati Saptami, Asati Brahmani. That means, if that Brahman were not to be there, what type of Brahman? Bhayatrane Brahmani. Bhayatranam means one who is a protector from fear. Bhayatrana. Tra dhatu, you know, Kshatriya. Shatat trayate. Kshatriya. Tra. What is the dhatu? What is the meaning of tranam? Protection. Bhayatranam means he protects you from any fear. So, Asati Bhayatrane Brahmani. If that Brahman were not there, what type of Brahman? Bhayatrane Brahmani. That which gives you protection from that fear. If that were not to be there, Tat Ayuktam. Tat means that sort of happiness, that sort of Nirbhayatvam. Nirbhayatvam will be Ayuktam. That Nirbhayatvam would not be possible, would not be would not be possible. Then Tasmat Tesham Abhaya Darshanat Asti Tad Abhaya Karanam Brahmeti. Okay, so this is again given as a reason to show that Brahman, there is something, that existence, that all existing consciousness, or rather all pervading consciousness is existing. So that is what?
One word in the previous line. Asati Bhayatrane Brahmani.
Yes. Bhayatrane Brahmani Asati. I told you it is Sati Saptami. That is all in Saptami Vibhakti. Asati Bhayatrane Brahmani Asati. If Brahman were not there, what type of Brahman? Bhayatrane Brahmani. That Brahman which is protecting you from Bhaya. That is it. Then Tasmat, therefore, Tesham Abhaya Darshanat. Tesham means that Brahmananam, Vidusham, all those Brahmanas, that means all those people who have realized Brahman, Desham Abhaya Darshanat, because we are seeing that also all those people, they are very, very happy, they are beyond misery, they are beyond any type of grief or misery. Abhaya Darshanat, again you see, Tesham Abhaya Darshanat, Asti Tad Abhaya Karanam Brahma. There is that Karanam, there is that Abhaya Karanam, means there is the Karanam, the cause for that Abhayam. For that state of fearlessness, there is a Karanam, and that Karanam is Brahma. Then, Kada Asau Abhayangato Bhavati Sadhakaha.
Kada Asau Abhayangato Bhavati Sadhakaha.
Yada Nanyat Pashyati.
Yadha Nanyat Pashyati.
Atmanisha Antaram Bhedam na kurute.
Atmanisha Antaram Bhedam na kurute.
Tada Abhayangato Bhavati Ityabhiprayaha.
Tada Abhayangato Bhavati Ityabhiprayaha.
So, the question is, when will the seeker go beyond fear? Kada Asau. Asau means this particular man, seeker. Asau. Kada, when Asau. Abhayangato Bhavati Sadhakaha. Asau Sadhakaha. This particular seeker. When will he attain that state of Abhayam? That is the question. Then the answer is Yada. When. No, we read it. Yada. Nanyat pashyati. He does not see anything else. Anything else means he sees everything as Brahman only. Nanyat pashyati. Atmanicha antaram bhedam na kurute. In this Atma, which is nothing but Satyam Jnanam Ananta Lakshanam. So in that antaram na kurute. So this is the line. Ata sobhayam gato bhavati. After that, yada hyeva ishaye tasmin udaram antaram kurute. So for that it is the explanation. Antaram bhedam na kurute. That is when this seeker does not see any difference, any sort of bhedam inside. Antaram means that bhedam kurute, bheda darshanam. In fact, bheda darshanam. When he does not see that bheda, then tada abhayam gato bhavati iti abhiprayah. Abhiprayah means the idea of this particular line is to say that when he does not see any difference, when he does not see any duality, then abhayam gato bhavati. He attains that state of fearlessness. Yada punaha avidyavasthayam hi yasmad yeshaha avidvan avidyavan. Okay, avidyavan, okate. One and the same. Avidyaya pratyupasthapitam brahma. Sorry, not brahma, vastu. Avidyaya pratyupasthapitam vastu. Taimirika dvitiya chandravat pashyati. Pashyati. Atmanicha etasmin brahmani. Ut api aram alpam api antaram chidram bheda darshanam kurute. Of course, sentence is still continuing. We'll stop here. Yada punaha. Yada punaha means when again. That means on the other hand. Yada punaha is on the other hand. Yada punaha, where is it? Yada punaha antaram karanam. Yada punaha. Then avidyavasthayam. In that state of avidya, in that state of ignorance, when the person is still in the state of ignorance, then he yasmat, because yeshaha avidyavan, this particular avidyavan, this particular ignorant person, avidyaya pratyupasthapitam vastu, then because of avidya, he is seeing something which has been presented before him by ignorance. Avidyaya pratyupasthapitam, something which has been presented before you. Prati upasthapitam, that is something which has been put forth before you, something which has been presented before you. By what? Avidya, by ignorance. What is that? How is it like? Taimirika dvitiya chandravat. You see, somebody who is having a timira. Timira is a disease of the eye. Timira is a disease of the eye, where he doesn't see one object, he sees several objects. you keep one object in front of him, he will see two or three. So that is Taimirika dosham. It is a defect of the eye. Taimirika dosham is a defect of the eye. Taimirika dvitiya chandravat pashyati. When there is only one thing, he is seeing many. Dvitiya chandravat. You see, when there is only one moon, but then this man, because of this drushti dosha, he is seeing 2 or 3 moons. So because of drushti dosha, because of your faulty vision, because of the faulty vision, you are seeing many. So likewise, here also, there is a philosophical defective vision. There is a defective vision at the level of philosophy. So, avidyaya pratyupasthapitam vastu taimirika dvitiya chandravat pashyati. Atmanicha etasmin brahmani. And in this Atma, Atmani means, you see, yada hyeva ishaye etasmin udaramantaram kurte. Etasmin means, etasmin Atmani brahmani. In this thing which is called Atma or Brahma, udaramantaram kurute. Ut aram. So he is splitting. Ut means api. Aram means alpam. That means alpam api. Even a little bit. Even a little bit. Antaram kurute. Antaram means bheda darshanam. Antaram means chidram. Chidram actually means a hole. Some different. Chidram actually means a hole. So even if he sees a small hole in that, that means even if he sees a little bit of bheda, even if he sees a little bit of, say, difference or duality, kurute, then bheda darshanam hi antara karanam.
Bheda darshanam hi bhaya karanam. Okay,
bhaya karanam may be pathantaram. Then alpamapi bhedam pashyati ityarthaha.
Alpamapi bhedam pashyati ityarthaha.
So bheda darshanam hi bhaya karanam. Your book says antara karanam, my book says. It doesn't matter. This Bheda Darshanam is the cause for fear. Bheda Darshanam is the cause for seeing the difference. That is, in fact, instead of Antara Karanam, that Bhaya Karanam seems to be better. Because Bheda Darshanam also is the same, Antaram also is the same. So Bheda Darshanam eva hi Bhaya Karanam. Then Alpamapi Bhedam Pashyati. Even if he sees a little bit of Bhedam, even if he sees even a little bit of difference, then what happens? Atha Tasmat Bheda Darshanad Hetoho Asya Bheda Darshinaha Atmanaha Bhayam Bhavati Tasmat Atmaiva Atmano Bhayakaranam Avidushaha Tadetadaha. Okay, Atha means thereafter. Tasmat, because of that faulty vision, because of that defective philosophical vision, Bheda Darshanad Hetoho, because of the cause, because of the reason of that Bheda Darshana, then what happens? Asya, of this, for this sadhaka, Asya Bheda Darshanaha, for this Bheda Darshi, Atmanaha Bhayam Bhavati, Bheda Darshanaha Atmanaha, for this Bheda Darshi, for this particular person who is a Bheda Darshi, for him Bhayam Bhavati. Therefore, therefore, Atmaiva Atmano Bhayakaranam. Atmaiva Atmano Bhayakaranam. That means Atma itself is the Bhayakaranam for a self. The earlier Atma is Tasmad Atmaiva Atmano Abhayakaranam. The earlier line we saw Avagraha. Atmaiva Atmano Abhayakaranam. That is for in the case of a knower, Atma is Abhayakaranam. So in the case of an ignorant person, Atma is Bhayakaranam. So that Avagraha goes. Did you follow or not? Okay. Tasma, the same line is there. Tasmad Atmaiva Atmano Abhayakaranam is there. But here again that is repeated, only that Avagraha is not there. Tasmad Atmaiva Atmano Bhayakaranam. For whom? Avidushaha. For an avidwan, for an ignorant person. Tad etadaha. For that is, this is being told. Then what is this line? Tatveva bhayam vidusho manvanasya. That is being explained. Tat Brahma. Tveva. Tveva is tu eva. Tat tu eva. Tat tu eva. In that tat tu eva, tat refers to Brahma. Tat Brahma eva bhayam Bheda Darshino Vidushaha Ishvaro Anyo Mattaha Ahamanyaha Samsari Ityevam Vidusho Bheda Drushtam Ishvarakhyam Tadeva Brahma Alpamapi Antaram Kurvataha Bhayam Bhavati Ekatvena Amanvanasya. So you see this last words first. Ekatvena Amanvanasya. For one who does not understand it as one. Manvanaha we have seen. Manvana is a Shanach Pratyaya explained. Kurvanaha, Bhunjanaha, like that. Manvanaha, one who deems, one who understands. Manvanaha. Katham Manvanaha? Ekatvena Manvanaha. That is one who knows it as one. Here Amanvanaha. Amanvanaha means he is not somebody who is seeing Ekatvam. Someone who is not able to see it as Vyekam. So for that person, Ekatvena Amanvanasya, for one who is not capable of seeing it as one, what will happen? Then Tat Brahma, Brahma eva bhayam. Tat tu eva bhayam. Tat Brahma eva bhayam. That Brahma itself is the bhayam, Bhayakarana. Bheda Darshinaha Vidushaha. For that person, Bheda Darshinaha Vidushaha. You are also calling him scholar. He may be a Vedic scholar. He may be a great, he may be Veda Pandit. But he has not realized Brahma. He may be a Veda Pandit. He may be some other Shastra Pandit. He may be a great Pandit. But then he has not realized that Brahman. So for that, Vidushaha, we are using the word Vidusha. Vidushaha Bheda Darshinaha. For that Vidwan, even if he is a Vidwan otherwise. But when he is a Bheda Darshi, what is having? What is that thing? Bheda Darshanam means Ishvaraha Anyaha Mattaha. Ishvara is something different from me. So you see Shankaracharya is saying so explicitly in so many words. Ishvaro Anyo Matto Ahamanyaha Samsari. So Ishvara, this Lord, this Ishvara, there is somebody called a Lord. This somebody called a Lord is there somewhere sitting in some place. And that I am totally different. And this Anandagiri writes a beautiful line. Dasoham tasya devasya mama aradhyah parameshwarah iti bhedam vidna bhedam iti bhedam. That's what he writes. I am his servant. Dasoham tasya. I am his servant. Mama aradhya parameshwaraha. I have to jolly well worship him always. So if he is only at that level, this level is not condemned. It is not something which is to be condemned. This is the primary level with which all of us have to start. Not only primary level, even a jnani is supposed to follow that for the sake of loka. Even if you are a realized person, unless you are a sannyasi, you are also supposed to do some puja for the sake of setting a good example before your children. That is what Lord Krishna says. What is that line? Name partha asti kartavyam trishulokeshu kinchana. Hey partha, name partha asti kartavyam trishulokeshu kinchana. Na anavaptam avaptavyam vartayevacha karmani. I am engaged in all these activities. Why? Because I have to be a role model for all others. Loka sangraha. So that's a different level. We should not get confused with that level. We should never tell people don't go to temple. We should never say don't do puja. All that is needed for the sake of social order. All that is meant for social discipline, social order. You are doing it. You may be a realized person. You have to do it for the sake of your children. You have to set a role model. They have to follow a particular dharma. So all that is there. But we are talking at a purely philosophical level. At a philosophical level, okay, you do puja, but then you are not afraid of God. You may be doing puja, but you are loving God, like Madhusudana Saraswati. Madhusudana Saraswati, he says, oh, I love that Balakrishna. What is that famous shloka is there. Madhusudana Saraswati says, apart from this Krishnat param tattvam aham na jane. Then Apaya Dikshita is again another jnani. He says, yes, I am a great lover of this Shiva. So you love Shiva, you Vishnu, you do all that worship out of love, but not due to fear. So that is the point. So, where are we? Tad Brahmatveva. Yeah, Tad Brahmatveva Bhayam. That Brahma itself becomes Bhayam. Veda Darshanaha Vidushaha. For that Vidwan, he may be a scholar, he may be a great scholar otherwise, but he is a Veda Darshi. For him, this Brahma becomes, say, fear, cause of fear. And what is the Veda Darshi doing? Ishwaronyaha mattaha. Ishvara is different from me. Ahamanyaha samsari. I am a stupid samsari. I am a stupid worldly person. Then evam vidushaha, for this particular type of scholar, Bheda Dushtam Ishwarakhyam Tadeva Brahma. That Brahma itself, Bheda Drushtam means seen as something separate. Bheda Drushtam means seen as something separate. Seen as something different. Bheda Dushtam Ishwarakhyam. And you are naming it Ishvara. You are calling it Ishvara. Bheda Dushtam Ishwarakhyam means that's that which is seen as something different. And that which is called Ishvara, you are seeing some difference and you are also giving it a name. You are calling it Vishnu, you are calling it Shiva, you are calling it Rudra, you are calling it something else, you are also naming it. Ishvarakyam Brahma. Then, Alpamapi Antaram Kurvataha. Even if he makes a little bit of, say, this Bheda Darshanam, what is it doing? Bhayam Bhavati Ekatvena Amanvanasya. It becomes the cause for fear. Because this man is always scared. This man is always thinking that okay, I am different and that God is different. So, that is it. Ekatvena amanvanasya. Tasmat, vidvanapi avidvaneva asau.
Vidvanapi avidvane asau.
Avidvaneva asau. Avidvaneva asau. Yoyam ekam abhinnam atmatattvam napashyati. Yoyam ekam abhinnam atmatattvam napashyati. Yaha, the one who ekam atmatattvam napashyati, one who does not see this ekam atmatattvam, he does not see this one atmatattvam, this the nature of Atman as one, the nature of this particular Brahman as one who does not see like that, then vidvanapi avidvaneva asau. Even if he is a great scholar, Veda Shastra Vidwan, he might have studied all the Vedas and all the Shastras. Vidwan api, even if he is a Vidwan, he is api avidwan eva asav. He is steeped in fear. One who is steeped in fear, what do you call him? Suppose a man who is always scared of everything else. I have not done Upavasam today, I may go to hell. So suppose he is scared of it. I have not done Upavasam today, or I am wearing some other black dress today, so I will go to hell. So a person who is thinking like that, then what type of, say, Vidwan is he? Somebody who is having so many fears in life, somebody who is always scared at every step, someone who sees a cat and then who is scared, how can he be called a Vidwan? He might have read all the Shastras. So that is the point. Tasmad Vidvanapi Avidvaneva asau yoyam abhinnam atmatattvam na pashyati. Ekam abhinnam. This one abhinnam, not something which is different, not something which is diversified. So this particular atmatattvam, if he cannot see, this fellow is a avidwan only. So we will continue in the na pashyati. Next line, we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti